This is Jed MacKay, and you're listening to Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast.
Yes, welcome back, loony listeners. You are listening to Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast. You're with both of your high priests of Khonshu, Rebecca and Ray. Rebecca, how are you going?
I'm doing all right. How are you? I hear we're both suffering from bad weather right now.
Yeah, it's interesting that we tend to be polar opposites when it comes to weather, but we've both got thunderstorms. So
Both got thunderstorms. Yeah, we have proper thunder and lightning going on here. So
there you go. It's worked that out, loonies. But yeah, thank you, Rebecca. It's always fun to have you here. We did miss a week, but it was just a bumper Jed MacKay interview.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
We needed to have a bit of a rest, but we're back here. And I've just seen a typo. For those of you that are watching the video, let me just make a quick change. And we're doing a moonshine. We're a little bit late. A little bit, only.
Yeah, delayed because we had two interviews back to back. So, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot.
It would have been, yeah, exactly. We want to space them out as well because they're all kind of, worth their due. But we're doing Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu issue 9, which was alluded to by Dev and Jed when we both spoke to them. So that should be fun, Rebecca. But yeah, how have things been? What have you been up to?
Went some cricket.
Yeah.
Really good actually. Just went for the first day of a 4-day match where the county championship, where it turned out to be a record-breaking innings.
Wow.
Something
Cool.
like 860, 870
Oh my gosh.
declared. Yeah, insane.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm really glad there's someone I can talk to who actually understands what I'm saying. Yeah, so like we were there when they were like, I think we left but we didn't stay all day because it was like 33 degrees, 34 degrees. It was just way too hot for me. I'm not used to it. And I was like, I've got to go. But I really enjoyed it, and we all sort of decided we wanted to do it again. So
yeah, awesome. I mean, how would you feel if you were the fielders and the bowlers?
Well, yeah, I reckon, because I kept saying to the guy, because it was who got us in, I was like going, because it was his team that was batting, and I was like, why haven't they declared? Like literally, if they get past 500, why haven't they declared?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're literally making the other team bat in this field in this weather, aren't they? For as long as possible.
Sapping
and
them.
Like absolutely burn them. But there was a couple of England players there, and it was very sweet because every time they were fielding, they'd come and sign things for the kids.
Oh, that's nice.
Stop and take photos with everyone. It was really. I think people don't realize how good-natured cricket is. I don't know if it's the same there, but like here, everyone applauds everything. It doesn't matter who you support. If it's a good, I remember going to see a baseball match in America, and people literally booed as people came on, and I was like, I don't get it.
Oh, gosh.
And everyone's like, how can you sit and watch cricket? I mean, you just go and have a picnic, right? And they happen to be playing cricket at the same time. we're having strawberries. We're just, it's great. So
that's nice. That's really nice. I can imagine it'd be similar to like watching the tennis, which for those of you that follow the sports, Wimbledon is on.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I'm very excited as well. I shirked a little when you said that. Crowds boo because, unfortunately, Australian crowds do that. So,
it might just be like British, like everyone, but like there's literally. We did get to see one amazing thing. So like this fielder ran into the sidings trying to stop it getting to a 4, and like literally slammed himself next to the members area, and this old guy, tried to leap the fence. There's clearly a doctor. He's clearly a doctor.
Okay, he's trying to.
He tried to leap. And he was so old, and he just couldn't get over. And he did eventually go to help as the sports physios were coming out.
Yeah.
But and then he had to try and get back in again. It was very funny.
Oh, no.
Probably
found a little gate somewhere because he did some harm.
He literally climbed over it, and it was just like, dude, like these the guy has not hurt himself badly enough to need an emergency doctor. There will be someone coming on to administer first aid. Chill. But he was like, no, I'm a doctor. I'm
a doctor. Let me
and
go.
And it's like 30, 33, 35 degrees, whatever. And all the older men were in suits.
Of course,
like,
because,
they would be. And all of us slackers are in like sort of.
Yeah, that's funny. I get visions of the poor gentleman just hanging by his suspenders or braces, like caught on the fence as he tries to get over.
Astride the fence while we're all.
That sounds like a heap of fun. That's good. That's great.
Yeah. I miss it. I used to be a member at that ground, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So it's good to revisit and just be reminded of how fun it is.
Obviously, there's a connection to Moon Knight because they all wear white as well. That's true as well. Yeah. And we did talk to Jed about incorporating potentially the batsman or the sticky wicket, some sort of the bouncer. We're trying to encourage cricket to spread.
But yes, that sounds like a lot of fun. Far out.
What did you do with your weekend off of Moon Knight podcasting?
Yeah, nothing much. There was a couple of kids parties. So yeah, all the domestic sort of stuff.
Life being a dad, right? His pastime like cricket.
Cricket's awesome, but yeah, I got reminded. My colleague was telling me she's a big tennis fan. There's Mace. I don't know if you can hear that. It's crumpling a brown paper bag. So as you do, So my colleague, she's into tennis as well, so we always love having a bit of a laugh. Not a laugh, a bit of a chat about who's in, like who's lost, and the upset. So really good.
We used to try and go every year, but it just works now.
It's expensive though, isn't it?
Well, you can queue up on the day and get like cheap tickets. It used to be like $5, but it's now I think like 10, 15, I don't know, maybe 20. But you have to queue up on the day for like day tickets. So you need a lot of time free, and you need to be as near to London as possible, preferably to go down there. And you just queue, and as people leave, they let people in. And
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's all right. A lot of people just like sit on the outside lawn or whatever. Don't they have a big
screen? Then they're not tickets for specific courts.
Okay. Yeah. One of the dreams, Rebecca. One of the dreams to get over there to watch some Wimbledon. But yes, all in white as well, tennis players, and we are looking at Moon Knight and I did chant it up there as well. Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, issue 9, which is fantastic. So I think we should let's get this up on the screen now.
Legacy 249.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we are getting there. Oh, and Rebecca's lost there, and I've lost my comic. Where did it go? It's here somewhere. There it is. Come on. Yes. Okay. So
cover.
It's a great cover, isn't it?
It is a great cover.
So yeah, 249. As you can see, they're under the huge 9. A great cover of Achilles Fairchild. Again, this is David Paratore cover, which is awesome. The colors with the pink, the red lights, and the diner looks really good.
Diner saying die.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. It's again, it's very loosely based on what's inside, but there's a little bit of a stretch.
They're having a thunderstorm too, and Achilles is showing off his abs.
Showing off his abs there, the old farm boy. A bit of blood there. But yeah, this one's called Clinical Trial. Rebecca, have you got? I mean, for those who haven't got a video, have you got the credits there?
I do. Writer Jed MacKay, artist Devmalya Pramanik, colour artist Rachelle Rosenberg, letter of VC's Cory, cover artist David Paratore, variant covers by Joshua Cassara and Guru FX. Bring on the bad guys. Paolo Siqueira and Rachelle Rosenberg. And
cool.
Let's say editor Devin Lewis. We'll give the editor and we'll do that.
Yeah, definitely. We like our Moon Knight editors. So
however,
yes.
Talking editors. Talking editors. There's a typo.
Yeah, there is. Rebecca, you showed me this. Check the digital. I haven't got my floppy yet. It's in it's in my stack.
I've only got it digital at the moment. So
but yeah.
Included on his payroll is Detective Frazier nursing her own addition to glitter.
You can kind of headcanon that maybe she's nursing her own addition. We
maybe
don't know.
what she added to glitter. Who knows?
Yeah.
Boredom. Imprisonment.
But yeah, this is exactly withdrawals. But yeah, I mean, it is strange. I guess Rebecca, editorial. It does, but like with comics, it's rare, right? And
see it that often.
Yeah.
But I mean, like as someone whose works gets very heavily proofread, for the month coming up, like the thing I do in July, they spend as long proofreading it as I spend writing it. So it's very, very intricate. So like, I mean, things happen, and like, I do this, everyone does it, but it's just funny. It's like, and like, the thing is, most of us when we're reading it, we don't notice because we
associate it.
And I think it's just because I was looking at it this morning to go like, oh, I better go really properly read the issue, because I often don't read the summaries. Why would I? I don't need to.
Exactly. You know what's happening.
I read it. I then podcast about it with you. I have a fairly good but yeah, I don't know why I noticed this one. I think I'm switching into proofreading mode. Yeah.
Look, I'm terrible with details, and I think I've done the world a favour by not being employed in a nuclear power plant because mistakes can be missed.
Just get bored.
Yeah, but no, but
distracted.
Yeah, but good pick up there. Overall, so the clinical trial, Rebecca, like in a nutshell, this is really what happens is Mark decides to. We get Hank, right, and he has come up with this.
Hank has come up with this. Hank has done his job. He's done what he's there to do. He references the other geniuses. It's all good. He has made a antidote to glitter addiction, I guess, to glitter.
Very cool.
So they can get
the only way they can test it, rather than just simulations, is
I mean, there's a small debate about what they could do, right? Because there are options. They could give it to Fraser, who they've got locked up.
Yes. Yep.
But Mark does. I mean, like they do have an option if they believe it's not good. But Mark decides that he should not only take glitter but also take the cure. Yeah. And that leads to a debate about whether that's right, and Tigra suggesting they give it to April.
Exactly. And I remembered exactly when Dev was saying he had to make 8-Ball look shocked, and that must have been the panel. Yeah.
But also, I mean, like, I imagine if comics fans were debating, somebody would also have said, why not give it to 8-Ball? Because we're quite cruel people when it's characters on a page, right? But I mean, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I think I would have argued to give it to Fraser. Like,
that is a strong argument because there's no love lost there for Fraser. Let's.
No,
but she's a victim.
I don't even mean that. Like, if I would trust Hank. Like, I literally, I wouldn't be like, oh, if it goes wrong, like she'll die. It'd be more like, I trust Hank, and she's an addict. Like it just feels dangerous. I mean, like, I like that nobody really, when Mark said he was going to do it, there wasn't really the time to sort of say, what are you going to be like on a drug, Mark? Like, which I think is like then what plays out in the issue. But he's so adamant, and he is kind of the leader of the gang. So he wants to do it. We've seen him do stupid stuff like this before, and
I think Tigra makes that good claim. Like, I think he says it himself. I'm going to jump straight to it. Yeah. Where
I love that page.
This is cool. We'll talk about the awesome layouts as well. Yeah. But Tigra's obviously against it because she cares for Mark, and she says, "Damn it, Mark! Why does it always have to be you that takes the hit? Because that's what I'm for." I think that speaks a lot about how he sees himself. And look, as you say as well, he's a leader, so he's got that responsibility for the crew. But there's also practical reasons as well. He says that, look, you're all post-humans. So we can't use it on you because, different effects.
And if it hurt... I mean, look, his basic argument is if it kills him, Khonshu will resurrect him. It's literally his basic argument. It's like, because... It's not just that he's human; it's that if it has a bad effect,
Yeah.
Khonshu's there.
Well, yeah, he's got his ace up his sleeve. It's not like Fraser can. Like,
But
if
I'm
he,
not sure that that's how he should treat it, right? Like, you don't want to become blasé about it because,
Well, we know Mark has always been, like, Moon Knight has always been this way, I guess, which is really good. And I think
he's always been this way about the pain and the sacrifice and the I should take it so no one. I don't know if he's ever been so Khonshu will just res me.
Yeah, no.
I've just been playing computer games, so I'm going to phrase it in computer game terms. It's literally just gone back into gamer mode. But you know, I mean, I'm sure he has, but I'm just saying, like, it seems in this run, because we've seen the other the other Moon Knights, and because it's been talked about a lot. That does, and he has a slightly better relationship with Khonshu some of the time in this one, from what we've seen of it. It's an interesting debate generally. I mean,
it's a great, I think it's a great thing that that kind of fuels this whole story which goes ahead. But let's just take a couple of steps back a bit again to appreciate the art. Now, one of the first things here I wanted to raise about Hank's cure is that it's explained that like the X factor in the glitter is the magic, which they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but that is the exotic matter is the magic in the thing, and. What was it? Mysterium. Hank studies Mysterium. Yes. But it was really cool though. At the end of the day, what happens is that we get a reveal that the Pym particles have some sort of magic.
Well, I think it was revealed in.
Was it?
But see Wasp.
Oh, okay.
See the next page. However, a lot of people were not reading Wasp.
Wasp. Yeah.
I do like. I like how all the Hank panels are do feel very chemistry. And it's weird that just seeing like bubbles and atoms and things like that can make you feel like they're proper inventing, but
exactly, a lot of tinkering happening here. But I thought this was really interesting. So what do they call it? Because it comes up in one of the feedback.
Hydrons.
Kerbons. So Kerbons. Very interesting. I like that idea, and I like how that was kind of explored, albeit in Wasp 4 anyway. So we've got that, the antidote. Again, the colours here from Rachelle Rosenberg. And again,
I like that they're different kind of colours, like they're sort of separated, like the top you have... all the... I just like
the purples, blue,
all the turquoises.
We get the trademark Dev layouts coming through here.
If you go to the page before that, where it's maybe not as obvious about the layouts, but I really like that bit on the bottom where they're talking just before the blue panel.
That little, it's kind of
where the text box goes through the panels.
That's actually you're right, because
that's possibly like one of the best ways of leading the eye I've ever seen. It's just like, because you're kind of reading it and you can't help but be in the right place. Like, you just can't help it.
It frames Moon Knight absolutely. But then you look at it, you stand back a bit, and there's actually one like shot of Hank in the foreground.
It's really clever. And
clever.
I also very, on the writing side, I very much like the get to the punchline.
Oh yeah.
A very Moon Knighty thing to say. I don't think it is, but I just think of it like he's like going. I just feel like punching is very associated with Moon Knight, and like.
Yeah. Well, he just keeps on talking, Hank, doesn't he? He just keeps on talking.
Scientists do. I mean, they do. Yeah. I'm married to one, and they do. They explain things in great detail. Understand and will never understand.
This, I think, is really inspired, and I did see this on social media somewhere about the Moon Knight's cape.
There's been a lot of talk about the art online, and which is great, and Dev's been so good at replying to it all. So
well, he does such a fantastic Moon Knight. I mean, Moon Knight looks so good. So
I thought the fact the Shield Office thing was cool on the bottom. It's just a really nice perspective, that top panel, like kind of side, like looking down, but from an angle.
Oh, and
I love 8 Ball's little stick. and
Oh yeah, he's
on
like a cane. Yeah, oh yeah, and Tigra as well. Yeah, no, really good. Again, you can see a lot of overlapping, and Dev spoke about this. A lot of the word balloons, but also Hunter's Moon on the last panel going across. So really playful in that layout. And then this kind of interaction, I thought this was great to show the movement as well, Rebecca, between them, because if you look, Moon Knight is angles, top right to bottom left. And yeah, it just implies
and also the opposition,
profiles.
like they're kind of butting heads, and they're literally butting heads.
They are, yeah.
Which is really cool. The last thing we read now is a dead cop on a hand. I don't know. I don't think you'd care. Like I don't care. It's caused a lot of trouble, Mark.
I like the involvement of Tigra here. Thank you so much, Jed, for keeping her around, and she's so cool. So cool to have them together. And yeah, as you mentioned, so they have this kind of standoff about who should take it. We went through this as well. We got 8Ball's nice little reaction there. It's amazing what a few lines in the air can do as well, But Dev's done really well with the angle of the 8Ball and the hands as well. So
I think I like the little nervous fiddle with the cue stick.
Yeah, exactly. So Mark decides, as we said, decides to test out glitter and to see if the antidote works. And like you're talking about perspectives here, Rebecca. This is where I think the art shifts, because maybe it's because I saw a lot of the stuff on X, a lot of the pencils from Dev, and it just looks so amazing. I mean, this looks amazing as well, but a drugged up Mark with those bloodshot eyes, just oh my gosh.
It's hard to do the sort of drugged up thing, and it works really well, and the colours change as well a bit. Yeah. This looks underwater almost. It's so cool.
It does.
I love this color. I'm slightly obsessed by blue green colors. So this is a real joy for me. This entire
also the really dank lighting. To add to the coloring, as you're saying. So the shadows on his back are marks. It looks like kind of like claw marks almost, but they're just like bars. He's been bashing his fists against a steel door. I mean, it's.
I mean, he does we really are going full on the Mark likes the pain.
Yeah, well, this is also as well. He's under the influence as well, so he's a bit more so than what he probably would do. A sensible Mark.
So close to the boxer shorts. But no mask.
I reckon you can.
It doesn't count if there's no mask.
I reckon you can will it into existence, Rebecca. I think we can see it happening. But this was another page I absolutely love from Dev. It shifts for me. It kind of his style shifts a little bit more to more realistic here, and he obviously showed as well on X.
Backgrounds are insane.
Backgrounds are crazy, but like the poses and stuff, he showed that he actually modeled for one of them. Layouts here again with Fairchild's smile. Looks really
so he was saying on social media that each of these pages has a signature for each of the baddies.
Yes.
So the smile, the teeth, the whatever.
Yeah, and then we go here the Karnak, the sound kind of villain that Moon Knight. Sound dude, the DJ. The top panel there, I did see Dev actually he posed for that as a reference, which is really cool. But as I said,
it's really nice because it's kind of almost smearing into each other.
It is, especially
as we're getting more and more druggy.
Absolutely. So Mark's having all these hallucinations, or we later Hunter's Moon calls them visions.
They're hallucinations. Don't subscribe to your religion. But,
But so that explains when Mark's punching them, they just turn into whiffs of smoke, and they come in and out, different villains. We get the next one here. Thank you, Rebecca. I was wondering who this guy was, but you called it out. Tutor.
Yeah.
So the vampire, and
then we've got fangs in the paneling. So.
Yeah, the big bad for the first. I love Mark's reaching out here again. Perspective of him jumping, looks quite sinister.
I also love it because I was about to say I'd love to see what's happening in reality. Of course, that's the last panel. Is him literally just there's nothing there. He's just going wild doing this.
He's just going, and then this is really cool. The panel, I guess, with Zodiac and his bling, we've got that as the paneling. Yeah. So the chain and the pendant or whatever, the padlock on his neck, forms that. And again, some really fine like textures on the mask, which
and
Dev
he's
does.
got the most the biggest gut punch is like, oh, you're turning out like I wanted you to, but without me having to like manipulate you. So
yeah. But I mean, look at the clothes. It's so well drawn.
Yeah,
like that looks loose and fabricy. I mean, I know. Yeah. Anyway, hats off there. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, you're right. Zodiac. It all kind of leads up to Zodiac. It's interesting because I thought it would have led up to Fairchild. Because this being it, part of his.
I guess
thing.
he doesn't play on Mark's psyche as much yet.
Yeah, which is good. It's an insult to Fairchild, which is good. And then yes. Oh yeah, we get the eyes. Then I think what happens coming up is the
almost
eyes
are. Look at.
They are the
thing about eyes. I'm like
almost popping out.
I don't like it.
Yeah. So Zodiac again, coaxing Mark, and he's left with nothing. But here, oh my gosh, the big eye
look
with the little filaments or whatever.
Very good, but I don't want to look.
It's very cool.
Capillaries, right?
Capillaries, yes. I was thinking of Pretty Boy from the Reavers. He has little filaments that come out of his eyes to kind of short circuit you or something. Anyway, fantastic stuff here. And look, it almost, you're talking about it looks like underwater. I know he's frothing at the mouth, but it almost kind of looks underwater.
I think it's the color, but it's just really nice. It's just very unusual and doesn't really matter because it's in his mind while he's on drugs, so none of that has to feel realistic. Like and I also like him saying use your brain damage as a weapon. I mean sometimes, but usually as a not very often. But that's again this is driven by his own feelings, not by actually what these people are saying to him. You've got to remember this is an internal on drugs thing. He's
kind of speaking to himself.
His own self-doubts and self-hatred and belief.
There was that, Rebecca, remember, what was it? Like, it's a mini...
Oh, look, Zodiac taking his mask off in the bottom.
Taking his what?
They're all taking
he's taking his mask off. Yeah. Oh, we know, he's that red-headed kind of...
Yeah.
But there was that miniseries, Rebecca, Contamination. Remember that?
Yeah. I mean,
that was silly. I thought.
Yeah, and he's done a couple of things like that before. I mean, and where he's gone like, oh, you don't want to be in my head and stuff. But I don't know if he uses it as a weapon, more as a kind of defense.
Yeah. It's not an offensive weapon.
But maybe that's not how he feels, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying I think this is wrong. I just think it's an interesting self-conversation.
Yes. We also then shift here to Batter taking care of Mark while he has been under the influence. An interesting thing that rose up here, Rebecca, maybe, I don't know, there seemed to be a little something underlying Hunter's Moon's motives or something. Am I missing this or totally? There's this page here which is kind of angled and it's quite disorientating, and it's Hunter's Moon kind of explaining to Mark once, as I mentioned, the visions.
I agree, but I think it's more rather than ulterior motive. I think it's just showing that he is actually a religious zealot.
Okay.
Which Mark isn't in terms of Khonshu.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas Barda is a sort of true believer.
Yes.
Which feels a little bit creepy to us because we don't have to sort of deal with it very often.
Yeah. But I feel that last panel, because the fact that it's kind of zoomed in on him and he's got that kind of almost a sneer. I don't know whether that was meant to be conveyed.
He does look a little bit creepy. But then
it does. I like the bottle of water.
Being a religious zealot, and I think that the bottle of water is amazing. It is.
It's cool.
One of the best bottles of water I've seen drawn like that, and coloured because obviously the colouring.
Oh yeah.
It's just very good. I also like that some of it's dribbling down his chin. That's what would happen, right?
Because he's kind of like thirstily. Yeah. So this was a nice, interesting interaction. But maybe just to reiterate the fact that Hunter's Moon is a zealot, and everything he takes is a slightly different interpretation. Yeah, so we have then finally kind of like Mark or Moon Knight confronting Frasier and giving her the opportunity, basically. So he gives her the antidote and go, look, you can take it if you want, because what if I don't want to take it? And it's beautiful art here again. It's the colours as well. My gosh, it's that kind of red-hot fire against the white and the glow. It just does it. But anyway, a real nice play of perspective here again, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Because you have the panels, like the middle panels, they're in the same perspective as if you're looking down. So it's as if we're like Spider-Man on a wall and we're looking down on Moon Knight and Frasier, but these panels are like flat screens that kind of disappear up as well. It's really cool. So I really like the play there. And yeah, he basically tells Frasier that, don't worry, you'll be the second person. It's been tested. I did it myself. That's what Moon Knight says. And fantastic. Oh, yes, we're getting up to it now. So we can see things really...
We're getting the real fighting talk at the end. Like, I'll do anything to destroy him. Okay.
Yeah, but like we get the... the cliff notes here. Like he got converted Carver onto his side. He beat her magic sword. He got the cure. So he has systematically dismantled and dismembered. Well, we're talking about, Fairchild, and Fairchild has got to be pissed, and we do see a little bit of a glimpse. This is really kind of satisfying. It's kind of the same when you see the villain with their mouth agape. Well, you don't really see Fairchild's, but like when he sees the explosion from his distro center,
it's really cool.
You know that he's going to be pissed off because he's a bit cocky still. He's kind of cajoling Mark over the phone. Yeah. What did he say? Like, oh yeah, I gave you that last.
I haven't heard you since I beat you up.
Yeah. All that talk, all that kind of trash talk. But I love it how Moon Knight's got the last upper hand here. So I just cannot wait for the last, for the big 250th. Like the
Soldier's looking
awesome with the gun. Oh, he's got the bazooka actually.
Yeah, he's ready for action.
I want to see. I want to see more Soldier doing soldiery things and being a vampire as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Don't see. So is 8-Ball there? No. We see Tigra, Hunter's Moon, Soldier. That might be the second.
We got the fighty group.
We got the fighty people because Reese is not. But I mean, Reese is pretty formidable
She's
now
not
as well.
Bad, yeah.
No, but yeah, I cannot wait for this. And you got the capes flapping in the wind. Hunter's Moon as well. So to be continued. So this really ramps up. And if what Jed and Dev is anything to go by, I mean, they're the bloody creators of this thing. Then the next issue is going to be just way out slugfest. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
But Rebecca, what did you make of this issue?
I was really all in from that first page, which I think is a stunning bit of artwork.
Yes.
Which we didn't really talk about because it's just 9 panels of the same door.
A nice opening, yeah.
And like using sound effects to show that someone's trying to get out and that the chains are rattling. Like you truly get a sense that someone is beating on that door. I think so. And from that moment, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be having a good time.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just open up like that and not. No, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, there's a desperate sense to want to move straight to the next one, but I think that means it's a very well paced piece of story between 2 bits of the story. Like, it's a very cool connecting piece. I love it. I think it's really outstanding work all round.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's a lot to resolve, and we know sometimes these things get resolved too quickly in comics, but Hank's a genius. Mark's solution is Mark's solution to how to test it. He wasn't on the drugs for long, but it had a massive impact. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it had that. I mean, and Jed does this time and time again. Obviously, he kind of moves that story along. We've got that final stage where Moon Knight is able to find the cure, but we get kind of like a standalone Like, this is a standalone issue, right? I mean, you can view it just about Mark taking this drug and what happens to it. I mean, there are connections to all the past villains, but the main theme of it is Mark working through this idea with Tigra as well, of like, why do you have to do this all the time, Mark? Why? As you said, why there are other options. Why do you have to do this? And it really gets into it and hammers home the fact that Mark's like he's self-destructive, and he does like not only the violence, but as alluded to in his hallucinations, the actual pain as well. So that really, I mean, it makes sense. Like he'll rather take the punch, right? But it really frames him as this really different sort of hero, and that's what I really love about Moon Knight. Is just, I think Jed has really taken Moon Knight to another level with that sort of stuff, and really kind of things that were alluded to in the past are very much kind of fleshed out in Jed's run. So I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and he's just, he's blessed with fantastic artists. I've got to, before I forget, so we did miss one question for Jed. So I want to shout out, to Mario, to Digicom, one of the most prolific posters on the community. Anyway, so Mario had asked the interesting question. So I don't know if Jed is listening, but the question was, has working with different artists, have they informed Jed's writing in different ways? I think that was the gist of it. So yeah, I'd be very interested to know as well, because Jed's first had Alessandro Capuccio, Federico Sabatini came in for a bit, Domenico Carbona, and then now, obviously Pramanik. So really good artists. Rebecca, would you, out of a score then, let's...
scores.
Yes. Score would you give
I'll
this?
give it a 9. I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
A 9, yeah. I would give it a 9 as well. I was thinking about that. I was
veering a bit lower,
yep.
But to be honest, I feel I've been quite low recently.
Okay.
I actually genuinely enjoyed it. Yes, it's part of a story. That's the same with all comics. But really cool. I really loved it. Yeah.
Oh, I think hand in hand.
I would say the art pushed it into
yes.
the 9 for me.
Me too. I think the art, along with Jet, and not to say that the art hasn't before, but I just think.
I think we've said the art's elevated it before. It's just I feel like I've been scoring a bit low.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for the big finale. And
I
feel like I should stop doing that. Like,
next issue, Rebecca. Next issue. I'm sure maybe. That's going to be a 10er.
I'm sure it might. Let's hope.
Let's hope. I give it a 9 as well. It's just really solid storytelling. It's exactly what you want in comics. If you're a big fan of Moon Knight, and you're invested in this story, or for Jed's 4-year run, this is really working well. It's kind of it's a well-oiled machine. Dev's bringing in some fantastic work. Just can't wait to see more and more of it. I can't wait to see this fight scene in issue 10. So really good. So there you go, Loonies. Go check it. 9 out of 10. That's from your 2 high priests. Let us know what you think as well. We do have some feedback here, Rebecca, but let us know. Yeah, let us know your scores. What's your scores on the Khonshu rating system? We still have that in effect somewhere. Let's go to some slides here, Rebecca.
We should go back to that.
We do. Yeah, I know. I've got to get the. Got to remember what they stand for.
I can't remember what they are as well. Okay. What would you like me to do?
Do you want to start the first one with Mario?
Yes, Mario. A lovely little character piece showing that while Mark has made progress on his mental health journey, he still has a way to go. The subtle way Jed calls attention to Dr. Sturmer's absence from the book was great too. The art remains on point, particularly the panel layouts. If I had any quibble at all, it'd be the plot itself didn't move much, but I still enjoyed the ride. 8 out of 10. P.S. Poor 8-Ball, he still can't get a break. Pun intended.
Can't get the break. Yeah, exactly. Good one, Mario. Yeah, look, I think the plot did kind of move in the sense that he was looking for the cure, and it moved right from the get-go. The first couple of pages with Hank, and then it became a situational thing about how do they deal with this. And yeah, I think that's where it kind of detours a little bit. But that's for me is the interesting bits where you veer away from the main thread and you start looking at character developments. But yeah, 8 out of 10, really solid. Thank you, Maria, as always. That was fantastic. But yeah, Moon Knight has a long way to go. Got another couple here from X, I do believe, formerly known as Twitter. This is from Speedy, who sent in some stuff to Jed. After 21 years of Spider-Man being my favourite character, not just in Marvel but in general, this issue 9, made me realise that Moon Knight is now my all-time favourite character. I don't know what better praise I could give it, Speedy. Oh, all we can say is welcome. Yes, Spider-Man is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I love Spidey as well. But yeah, issue 9. Oh my gosh, I think the whole Jed MacKay run would pretty much solidify.
Very expensive to follow, however.
Moon
Knight has been as a
that is true. Yeah. That's what Moon Knight has going for him. It's pretty cool. Rebecca, I'll take this on. It's a little small one. It's from Lego Moon Knight. Zodiac, my beloved. Lego Moon Knight, still pining for Zodiac. Zodiac is there, albeit in a hallucination. But thank you, Lego, for that. Rebecca, we've got more here.
Evan the Blank One. Is that Twitter? Yeah. I'm so
yes.
grateful Jed made Mark's slacking in therapy an explicit plot point. It seems like he's combining the idea of Fist losing themselves in resurrection and Mark erasing the progress he's made in a really interesting way. Love you guys. Where's the real Zodiac?
Yeah. I reckon Jed saying, well, I reckon it's coming. I mean, we will see. Obviously, we'll see Zodiac. But, oh, yeah, Jed did say they can't just use him a lot, otherwise he loses his potency. Telbs, aka Moon Knight Shrine Haver, says, this issue gave me a sense of impending doom like no other. I'm scared, but also very hyped for what comes next. Yeah, me too. Plus, how do you think the final confrontation with Fairchild is going to go? I don't know, Rebecca. I'm hoping he gets a beating himself.
There will be something unexpected that happens.
Guest appearance of Thor? Thor comes in, smashes him.
Why are you going there? Like that's I don't know. All our Guardians just like we've got the mortal Thor now, so he might not be that much use.
Really?
Yeah, coming up. I don't know if it's right. So, I have no idea. I think Jed has resolved all of these things each time slightly differently than anybody would have predicted.
Yep.
Except for I think one where we were all a bit like, oh yeah, I guess that. But I think it wasn't lazy writing. It was because, there's certain things that have to, I guess it was that maybe it was Mark's resurrection. But yeah, I don't know. I think there'll be something unexpected. I hope it's not anything sad unexpected.
Yeah, I think Fairchild's a pretty decent villain as well, so I wouldn't want him to just be killed or anything like that. He might frustratingly get away, to fight another day. But yeah, we'll have to see. But thank you so much, Telps, for that. Rebecca, do you want to take the last two?
Yeah, Dr. Khonshu. Power Lord versus Moon Knight next on Toonami. Oh,
that's
don't know what that means.
I don't.
Power scaling fight.
It's on the glitter there. So.
And Eli Knight, the art is absolutely gorgeous.
You are on point there, Eli. Absolutely. We do have a couple more here. I think these next ones are from Blue Sky, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe those other ones were. Random Sakura says, what did you think of Mark's hallucinations, visions, and what Bada said about them being truly blessed? Yeah, we covered. We spoke about this. Rebecca, you think that's him, just kind of his zealous nature kind of bleeding through?
I think so. I hope there's nothing more sinister than that. And what did I think? I mean, I think my argument is their hallucinations. So go on. What were you going to say? What drug crazed revelation?
I just took a bit of glitter then, and
I know, wow.
Well, because Jed mentioned that they'll have to circle back to the whole thing about Hunter's Moon and him being destabilized by the older
by
Moon
his
Knight spirits.
Yeah.
So he might be. That might be a little hint at him. Maybe he'd become an adversary again.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Or not an adversary, but maybe there is something going on there.
Yeah. Open. And yeah, the last one I think it kind of answers itself.
So are pin particles and Kerbon's the same thing? Apparently, according to Wasp number 4, yes.
Yes.
And this issue. So.
And Rebecca and I both are PhDs in pin particle physics.
Yes.
Yeah.
In comics technobabble, and we're like, yeah, sure. If it says it on the page, yeah. Until they decide they're not.
Can verify
5 times, like in 5 years' time when they're like, no, it's only 7. They decide that for now, for this moment, yes.
That is it. So you can ponder away. But no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending in some awesome comments and feedback. Please keep it coming. Let us know what you think of issue 9, and are you looking forward to issue 250? I'm going to call it Legacy 250, Rebecca, because that's what it is.
Yep, that's what we're calling it.
250 should be a humdinger. But Rebecca, apart from that, I think that pretty much wraps up our little review. Anything you want to shout out before we sign off?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Not that Excellent. I can think of, or will be soon, maybe.
Yeah, okay, everybody, just bear that in mind. Yes, me too as well. Not much. I actually. Ray Plays Games. I was on one of the judging panels for this unofficial campaign contest. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Over 30 entries, and we had to go through them, which were fantastic. So we're going to be announcing that soon. The winners, there are 5 winners. And I'll give some honourable mentions as well. So 5 other judges as well. It was a lot of fun. So if you're into your card games, Marvel Champions, go check it out. But other than that, stay tuned for more Predator and Prey sometime. Hopefully we'll get that together. We've still got to review it. But yeah, Rebecca, it was a fun time.
It was a fun time. It was a good time as always.
Exactly. I'm going to shoot up with a bit of glitter. And before that...
I'm going to go work on the antidote.
And as always, thanks to everyone, and may Khonshu watch over the denizens of the night. Catch you later.
Okay.
Yes.
Moon Knight and affiliated characters, stories and events are properties of Marvel Characters Incorporated. Materials used and discussed within the podcast are intended for critique and review purposes only under the fair dealing concept of the current Copyright Act. The views, information or opinions expressed during the podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of the copyright owners.